When last we left our group of adventurers, you all had been making your way all the way from the southernmost part of the continent, all the way down to the ruins of Iyun. You know that there is some glass that needs to be recovered to help fix the mind of Iyun. That is a long-term thing that Outcast is going to be keeping an eye out for, and Vaden too, because you have been trying to ask questions when you can. You spent some time in Degarkin's Institute of Disguise, where you murdered a professor, got some... a piece of a blink tree that was later planted. You guys continued farther north, right before reaching Rary's Bulwark Academy. You hit a crossroads where you saw a flower that was being watched by the Abbots of Foresight, a god hunting group. You messed with the flower just a little bit, got a little bit of information, then continued on northwards. You fought an owl bear, or a fire owl bear, and that got complicated. And then you continued farther north where you battled and killed seemingly one of Yosmorn's siblings, somebody named Yosmorn, or also known as the Voiceless One. He was a sorcerer or something, had his tongue cut out by the Fairwind Septus Court, and then you guys took out his little rebel group just outside of Fort Rannoch, and then continued northwards. You took a small detour right before Moradar at Fort Grumtown. You guys went to this forgotten city, talked to a shrub, made fun of Kuzma for talking to a shrub in a tree, got annoyed with me for making a bunch of NSYNC references from the Treant Timberlake. Then you guys cut back to Moradar at Fort Bone Shard, and then cut north through the Sands of Marrow, where you discovered that there was a tree out in the Sands of Marrow on your second day journey through the sands. You guys went to check it out, and it turned out that a Tebiek egg had finally hatched. Somebody hadn't got to it in time. And you discovered that Ebony and you, two of the Warforged siblings of Outcast, were there. You guys helped them, defended them, and helped slay all of the Tebiek in that region, and also discovered that when you attacked this brain thingy, it seemed to hurt all of the constituents around it, the hunters and the defenders. You continued traveling northwards, got to the fort, and then broke off from you and Ebony, who just continued straight up to the monk and monastery, where they said several of the siblings were meeting. And you guys decided to make a quick pit stop at the Omnimonde to Derry. You guys not being allowed access in because the last Warforged to be spotted and break out of here was Ma'ad, who slaughtered like 40 to 60 people on his way out. He was recently spotted in the area, so they've kind of shut down the city until they know that that threat is no longer there. So you guys took a small detour to the Immortal Lotus, the orange Melora tree, where when Kuzma stepped into this inner circle, these vines that were protecting the tree from this onlooking gawkers of people who just wanted to come and look at the tree because it's always in bloom and it's always super pretty. The vines, the thorny vines literally opened up. You all were able to walk through, and it closed behind you, and Kuzma's staff awoken. And that is where we're picking up.
Kuzma, what the fuck's going on?
I'm not much for trees, but y'all go ahead.
Well, this is a very good place. Look, the staff is glowing. It's like I'm home.
I mean, I've seen this tree hundreds of years ago, so...
Hey, wait a second. I got something written down for here, man. There's a Howard Norm in here.
What?
Say what?
Howard Norm.
What is that, Yosmorn?
He's I suspect a relative, a fellow known.
Your relative, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've got his name.
One too?
At first I wanted to kill them all, but now I think I'll get a feel for him first.
You're gonna feel him first?
Yeah. Well.
So you're saying you're going to meet him without Mendicus?
Oh, sounds like something you're into.
Well, Mendicus can come. Maybe maybe it'll be like the professor, and I'll Mendicus can back me up.
So Mendicus is coming in this situation also?
Yeah. Me and Mendicus are coming. We're gonna feel him up.
Mendicus, still no blowjobs, right?
No, definitely not.
Pavel?
Is it? Is this someone you speak of inside the walls?
Like, will you call me crazy?
No.
No. Is someone inside of the city that we must go see? As
Uh,
that's what he means.
Yeah, well, look, I got them written down on this list of all my relatives.
Right. But I don't think we're allowed to go in, Yosmorn.
Well, but I'm related to them, so...
I mean, you could try. I don't believe they'll allow us in.
I mean, this will be entertaining. Let's go talk to the guards, see what happens.
I will just stay with Kuzma on the tree, by the tree.
Nah, I like it here too.
Wait, we are level 10?
Tree is
Yeah.
beautiful. I would
Yeah.
like to. I would like to meditate by this tree.
Can I get one of my spells?
Yeah, what do you want?
Modify memory?
Oh no. This spell is fucking.
Okay, let me see.
Yosmorn the belligerent.
Let me see if it's like. Let me see if it's obvious. If I.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and bring people to the map that want to go, or anyone can go. Doesn't really matter.
Well, how we go in if it's closed? I need to understand.
Is the moose outside saying it's closed?
We have a moose?
Moose.
I'm sorry, I'm very old. There used
you
to be a
missed
moose one of the first times I came here. You get the reference, right? Jesus Christ. I'm old.
Like Bullwinkle?
No. An elf!
Reset. That's a reset
you
right
gotta,
there.
You gotta explain the reference first so I can edit it in the correct
We'll do it
part.
live! We'll do it live!
Yes, and.
As you three approach, I'm letting Yosmorn finish reading. It's not as scary as this map looks. It'd be a lot brighter and happier looking.
It's pretty ominous place.
Looks like the dark portal from WoW almost.
I'll say, as you guys are approaching, just to kind of set the scene a little bit, you see these two guards standing out front. They're two handsome young lads. You know, they're not identical twins like the pictures would portray, but they're dressed very similarly, dressed very nicely in this blue and white. The doorway, the entrance, is like a purpley black, and it is a magical darkness. Mendicus, you can see through magical darkness, and you see 6 crossbowmen just standing there, crossbows loaded, though not aimed down the roadway.
So from what I can tell, unless they have like detect magic going, it's unaware that it's being charmed, and obviously it makes a wisdom saving throw.
I would avoid doing it to these guys. They
Also
got
keep in mind,
guns.
Also keep in mind there is a verbal and somatic component to this. So it's not like you can subtly cast it. You're not a sorcerer that has subtle casting, where you don't have to do the somatic components of things.
Can I cast it and then walk up to a guy and do it, or would I have to be right up at him?
I think you have to be up at within 30 feet of them for 1 whole minute. Yeah, because it's a minute casting time. So, and while this charm lasts, you can affect the target's memory of an event that it experienced within the last 24 hours, and that lasts no more than 10 minutes. So it has to be something that it learned in the last 24 hours, or did in the last 24 hours.
Or create a memory of some other event.
Yeah, true.
I want to try to convince someone that my buddy Warnorm is expecting us.
Then yeah. So as you guys approach the gate, Mendicus, obviously you see those 6 crossbowmen. You warn Yosmorn, just be careful, they got guns. As you approach, they put their hands out. All right. We're only allowing traders in. Sorry if you traveled all this way. Hopefully we can have this whole mess cleared up in the next week or so. But I apologize for any inconvenience. No one is allowed inside.
Sir, we are loyal. We are not traitors.
He looks at Mendicus. Both of them kind of turn towards Mendicus. Is he a little slow in the heed?
No, we're loyal. We're not.
We
traitors.
are, yeah, we are loyal. We are guards of this here caravan, and we are very honest.
Are you selling anything?
Yeah, we have some mithril.
Non-dwarven mithril traders. Do you mind if we inspect your loot?
It's not loot. We came by it honestly.
Sorry, do you mind? If
Yeah, we're not traitors.
Do you mind if we inspect your hall?
Yeah, sure. Outcast, you want to show them some of the bars we have?
I'll pull out a bar.
Yeah, you named your construct. That's nifty. Alright.
Yeah,
He has feelings, so.
Are you with us?
Yeah, you're not there.
Oh wait, shit, I'm not there. Fuck. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
He's controlled by magic. If you our wizard travels as a
I'm not talking. I'm just doing as he instructed and showed him.
Yeah, he'll take it out.
Our wizard pretends to be a lizard, as you can see over there.
Oh, I didn't even see the little kobold standing in behind you.
Well, he's a wizard disguised as a lizard.
Well, do me a favor and cast a spell.
Okay, Aurelius.
Show him your wand, Aurelius.
Oh yeah.
He is not very good at that thing, so if you want him to use it, you gotta roll a d20 to see if anything bad happens. Sub 6, he shoots the guard.
Can I roll as him or just roll a d20? It'll be the same one.
You can roll an intelligence check, and if it's sub 7, then it's it's gonna hit the guard. And there's a 6. Hey!
Only because of that
Wait,
-1.
wait. Is this an ability check?
Yeah, it is.
I +5 it.
Okay, fine. Tell me how you would +5 it, because you are using your flash
robot.
of genius.
Yeah, construct.
My hand will fall after showing the mithril and slapping the hand subtly, and his wand will go in a different direction, not him. It's just showing the magic missile rather than hitting the guard.
Okay, yeah, so basically as he pulls out the wand, instead of pointing at the guard, you slap his hand up a little bit so it just shoots up into the sky.
Like the idea that the construct was controlled by the wizard, so that the construct, now that the concentration is somewhat slightly over, the construct's hand will just fall. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Yep, I gotcha. Alright, so you say you're selling, since you're not traitors, you're selling mithril, and you got one, I assume you have more than one bar. How much are you looking to pawn off in there?
I don't know.
Mendicus?
A few bars. We're kind of looking for some books.
Well, just sign the book on the way in. As you pass through the gateway, there will be a few guards. They will show you where you need to sign in.
Autographs?
We just need to know who's coming in and going from our city.
What if we can't write?
Then please dictate your name to the closest guard, and they will write it down for you.
All right. Thank you.
Yep, and you all pass inside the city. We're going to go... Actually, we'll just stay on this map. It's fine. The three of
I'm
you...
going to tell the guard my name's Vade.
Okay. Make a deception check. Don't worry, they don't have great insight. Yep, it's an 8 on their end. 8 to your 15. And do you know how to spell that?
Yeah, it's V-A-E-E-D-Y-E-N.
Well, I suppose I shouldn't have asked an illiterate person how to spell that. I suppose that is my fault. Your name there, sir?
Yosmorn.
All right, and they write down Yosmorn. And what about his name right there, that little kobold?
Mendicus, what does he go by?
Yeah, he can write his own name. He knows how to write and read.
Yeah, Aurelius.
He's a wizard.
He turns towards you, Alcahest, and puts his hand out for chalk.
I produce chalk.
He's never written with anything other than chalk, so he writes with chalk. And you guys, if you look at the page, it's just some scribbles. It's not actually a name. But he hands it back to them, and you guys walk away into the city. As I said earlier, especially as you guys crossed over the Sands of Marrow into Mauer Norden, it is roughly like 90% dwarvish. Once you are in the city, though, you find that there are quite a bit more diverse. There are significantly more humans, quite a handful of gnomes. This entire city is probably like 15 to 20% gnome. Good bit of elves and halflings as well. Half elves, handful of tieflings. You don't see very many orcs or Goliath or anything like that. Just none of the big races. Just the races that are known for being a little bit intelligent and dexterous. But you guys are in this very blockish city. Everything is like the dark, slated, blocky city. Think like not. Is that Gothic? Is that Gothic style architecture? No.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, more Gothic style architecture than fancy elven city architecture. But yeah, you guys are within the city. Quick, back to Kuzma, Vaden. Kuzma, you're just hanging out with the tree. Vaden, you're just chilling
under the tree. Yeah.
Well,
Have you ever seen Tree this great, Vaden? I'm very surprised they got in that city. It's probably not long before they kicked out.
No, the Everose tree was very exciting, though, I will say. But this tree is magnificent, and I've heard tales of even better ones across the seas.
I can yet wait to see them all.
I am right there with you, but it's so exciting to see these trees. It's amazing. It's
just so you guys know, with this crowd gathering around, you guys just chilling in here, people are at like just awestruck by you hanging out in there. There's been a couple kids that have tried to climb over it, and the roots, like the vine system, literally like reaches up, and you hear like a kid cry from getting pricked a little bit by the viney thorns. So people are still like not allowed in. It's just you two in there, and they're just like, oh my goodness, I can't believe that they're in there. What? How did they get in there? And like even larger crowd is kind of gathered at the people who made it within the vines.
Does anyone say anything to us?
No, just kind of like whisperings to one another.
You guys are gonna get Harambe killed, man. It's gonna be sad.
Don't stare. It's rude.
Went into the exhibit, and the monkey's gonna die.
You hear one voice call out and be like, "One does not simply walk in to the tree, the immortal lotus, though."
That's exactly what I did, though. No.
Why is this a thing? Why does one not simply walk in?
No one has been within the vines in over 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something bad about this? Is it sacred, or is it
No, it's just fucking cool.
Well, perhaps you treat nature better than nature treat you better.
Right. Maybe you just listen to my friend here and stop being such a little bitch, and maybe you can climb in here too.
Is that why the vines have continued to extend the circle?
Because nature loves my comrade here.
Are you saying we need to change our ways to be better people?
Duh.
Oh. What do you mean by that? Give us a sermon. Yeah, sermon.
Okay.
Kuzma, that's your area. That's your expertise, buddy.
I'll let you write something while we go back into the city if you'd like.
Okay.
I can't wait.
Yeah. It better be good. I'm giving you time. I'm giving you like ballpark 5 minutes. No. So yeah, Mendicus, Yosmorn, Alcahest, and Aurelius in the city. What are you doing?
Are we away from people?
Streets are pretty crowded here. It's not it's not like a huge city. Like diameter, it's probably like a mile across, which all things considered is not that large for a city.
Same.
With a quite a large like university building, basically like dead in the center, and this city's been built around it.
So, like, for security reasons, like, is it a good idea for me to talk because they're looking for a Warforged?
They're not necessarily looking for a Warforged. I won't make you make a perception check. You do see other, like, iron golems and constructs walking around. None of them are talking, because constructs don't really talk. But, you know, yeah.
Hey, say Aurelius, that wand is pretty cool. Hey, you see that? You see that big old tree outside of the city?
Yeah, the one that Kuzma really likes?
Yeah, you reckon you can hit that from here?
No. I can't even see it above the walls. I didn't mean to tell you no. Defender.
You know what? Aurelius, don't call me anything right now.
Okay.
So Yosmorn, you know what this, what's his name? The Morn, does he have a job? I know every Morn we've met so far hasn't had one, but
Well, here, man, I'll show you exactly what I got. I got a list. I got his name, and I got the location. And I'm pretty sure I didn't spell his name right, because I did not spell Omni Nomni Tudari right.
How did you not spell that right? It's so easy. Omni Mondi Tudari.
I got close enough.
Sir, don't make fun of him. He's illiterate.
I don't know how I spelled it either, if that helps. Oh, yeah, it's right there. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, I mean, like, as long as you know his name is Howard Norm, it doesn't really matter how you spelled it. I know who you're talking about. They all sounded similar, but they're all different.
Whoa.
But, like, you don't know anything about him. You just know his name and that he was last seen in the Omni Monde Tudari.
And for all I know, he may not even be here no more.
what do you think it's safe to just start asking around?
Well, I think we got to go to the right place, Mendicus. You know the streets. The streets are the same no matter where you go.
That's true. I mean, I can go ask the homeless crowds.
Yeah,
See-
look, there's
see if they see that.
Hey, look, this weather, this blizzardy weather. I bet there's a lot of cold people that we could help warm up for some information.
It is quite cold this far north.
Is it 25 degrees with freezing rain?
No, it's probably like probably 25 degrees, just not freezing rain.
That shows up every time I.
Yeah, it says clear skies right now, according to my thing.
Oh.
30 degrees.
Yeah, I got 24 degrees blizzard today.
Well, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know why that happens every single time.
Would you say Outcast has been here before? Like a long fucking time ago, but like hundreds of years ago?
Yeah, I imagine you would have scoured their library.
Okay.
You and Archon and yeah.
Alcaz, if you're going to the library, which I assume you are, can you find me a book on warlocks?
How detailed do you want to go, or no?
Well, I mean, I'm not a great reader. But, I mean, if you could get me something on, like, the creation of a warlock or something, I don't know.
Like creating a warlock, or like a class or a subclass? Like what are you talking?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking for more information on, kind of like what I am. How this whole thing works. Because right now, I just point and something blows up. That's about all I know.
How much have you talked to my brother? Because he can probably clarify. He's a pretty old warlock.
Basically zero.
I mean, I know you're not one for praying, but have you tried?
No, that never even crossed my mind.
I mean, the things we don't try often have, potentially answers.
I'd rather read the book. So if you could give me the book, that would be helpful.
You don't want to come with? Where are you going?
I'm gonna go ask some homeless people about Howard Norm.
Okay.
We'll say you pretty quickly find a homeless camp. Yosmorn, Outcast, what are you guys doing?
All right, we should kick their ass.
That's later.
Oh,
Are you two sticking with him, giving him some distance?
I don't know if he's doing this on the way or like.
Or on the way to what?
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if he just like all of a sudden split off and like went to go talk to the homeless people. Is that what happened?
So yeah, so I'm gonna. I think if Yosmorn, if you want to find this guy, I'll go ask around.
yeah, all right. That sounds about right. How about we head on down to those barrels down there? I got my heat metal. Maybe I could give them some warmth. I don't know if that radiates heat. Maybe I could at least. Or I could play an illusion, make them think they're warm for long enough if we talk to them.
I mean, they're probably already standing around a barrel with a fire in it,
No, yeah, fair enough.
So are you both going to talk to the same group of homeless people or different homeless people?
Yosmorn, you should probably stick with me.
Yeah, I'm gonna shadow Mendicus.
Okay.
We'll play good cop, bad cop.
Yeah. I'm gonna stand behind Mendicus close enough.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check at advantage since they're helping you, Mendicus. But it's your yeah. So you find a solid group of homeless-looking people. There's a couple halflings, a singular gnome, and one bugbear and a couple dwarves standing around this fire, trash can fire.
So it's mighty cold out here, fellas.
Aye, are you looking to take part of our fire? There's plenty of room, as long as you're willing to stand close.
No, I don't. You people disgust me.
Us people.
Yeah, you people.
Are you saying that you don't like halflings that much because you look just as homeless? Well, you got the pretty nice jacket and nice boots. I like your buttons.
Yeah, you see the buttons? Yes. I'm clearly a class above you plebeians. So I would ask for respect when you address me.
The alpha bum.
Alpha bum.
So we don't have to be friends. I don't want to be friends. But I come looking for information that I know you people know. And I'm willing to pay for it.
Right, what information are you looking for?
I'm going to point back at Yosmorn. I'm looking for a guy that looks like this guy.
Hey, I didn't see you there. Oh, hey, I'm looking for some new friends. I like to make friends.
Oh yeah, you play that lute there very well.
We don't loot. We're not traders.
No, your music thing.
Yeah.
You want to play us some tunes around the fair?
We don't have time for fucking song and dance.
Oh, alright. So you're looking for someone that looks like him?
Yeah, that would really make me just want to sing and dance if I found out information about him.
I mean, there's plenty of gingers in the city if you know where to look. And, you go to any tavern, you're destined to find a red head.
I'll pull out a gold piece and fucking slam it, throw it in the fire. Like, tell me! Goddamn, you know we're now talking about a fucking redhead.
You hear the bugbear kind of like look over, like lean over and goes, I know who you're talking about. I normally share a cardboard box with a guy at night. Do you mean him harm? He's a good guy, just down on his luck. We call him Normal Howard.
Where is he?
Do you mean him harm? Because if you do, I'm not interested in helping you.
Look, I'm a long-lost brother. My name is Yosmorn.
I feel like you're doing a whole lot of not answering a question. Do you mean him harm? He's a good man.
Yeah, I agree. I just wanted to talk to him. I don't mean nobody no harm. Look, I'm not that guy. I don't even know who that guy is. He looks like a mean man. That old man.
Right.
You pointing at me?
Yeah, I'm pointing at Mendicus.
You're the bad cop.
Mean old man.
He looks up at the sky. He says, "Normally, right about now, he's usually down begging by the west entrance to the school. Yeah, it shouldn't be hard to miss. He usually plays a little half harp, a little hand harp. It's got about 4 strings on it, so that's what he's down to at least."
I'll throw him 2 gold. If he's not there, I'm gonna take all your fingers off.
And you kind of see him give like a look to all of the other bums standing around the trash can.
And here you go, guys. I know you need this. And then I heat the gold coins.
He takes so much damage. He heat metal the coins.
Y'all stay warm.
That's a good bad cut, Yosmorn. It's like, get out of here.
That was bad.
Fucking homeless pieces of shit. Lazy bastards, get a fucking job.
You know, like, I almost feel like I have to edit stuff like that out, but Mendicus is a homeless asshole, like a previously homeless asshole, so I think it's okay.
Hey, I hate myself, so I fucking project it onto them.
Yeah, he's Uncle Ruckus, but homeless.
Okay, so you guys head to the west side entrance. There you see...
Hey.
What? What's up?
As they turn to leave and they start walking, I'll hand the one bum that got heat metal coined a 5-pound bag of buttons with a bar of mithril in it, and then I'll walk away.
You just hear him go, "Guys, we struck it rich. We got buttons!" And he throws the mithril. No, I'm joking. You don't see him. As you walk away, you hear a thud. And as you turn around, he's like dropped to his knees, like just looking into the bag. But yeah, you guys head to the west side entrance to the Omnimondi, or the university portion of the city. And sitting outside of it, sitting there just playing this 4-string out of like however many strings a hand harp would have, is a very down on his luck looking guy who, if we've all seen It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, looks a lot like Rickety Cricket.
God.
like season 6, season 7 Rickety Cricket, where it's not like the worst off he is, but you know, yeah.
Yeah, but he's getting by dogs.
Wait, Mendicus, is this your loss? Is this your brother?
I gotta figure out what this guy looks like.
Oh, you don't watch It's Always Sunny?
I haven't got that far.
Oh, okay.
Oh God, that is me.
Is this guy related to you?
But he used to be a ginger in like the first season. He was like a pastor who had red hair.
Yosmorn, this doesn't look like the guy we're looking at. He doesn't look anything like you. He looks more like me.
Yeah, well, I think you should talk to him. I think he's related to you.
Are we doing good cop, bad cop again?
I don't know, man. This guy's pretty ugly. Basically, let's go bad cop, bad cop.
That worked well. All right.
Well, look, we promised those guys we wouldn't hurt my brother, but ain't no way this ugly motherfucker is related to me.
So yeah, you guys are approaching normal Howard.
Howard Norm? Is that you? I'm here about a song that I need you to sing.
I can't say I'm a very good singer anymore, but I can do my best for you, my lord. Well, what are you looking to hear?
I'm looking to hear a special song. It's called Hell's March. It's a certain theme song for invasion of another country. I hear you can play it well on 4 strings.
Is that an actual thing?
Yeah, it's this. It's have you never played Red Alert 2? That's the theme song for Russians.
God damn.
Make me a quick insight check, Mendicus, and Alka has too.
You said insight?
Yeah. Mendicus, you see this guy. He looked at Yosmorn one time, but is now pointedly not looking at him. Can you sing, like, hum me part of it? I don't recognize the song, but I'll see. Maybe I can pick up on it.
Yeah, no, it's best not to be played out in the middle of a street. So we should go somewhere more private.
I don't do blowjobs, sorry.
Yeah, I'm not asking for that. I want you to play me a song.
Well, I don't know. And like, he's kind of like pushing himself to his feet a little bit.
Yeah, get up. Let's go somewhere private. I'll show you how to play it.
No.
And then you sing.
I really don't feel comfortable walking into private with you. If there's something you want, just tell me and I can... And you see another glance towards Yosmorn. I'm happy to...
Why are you looking at him? I'm talking to you.
Yeah, what the... Yeah, man, hey. Look, I hate to tell you, but this ugly guy here is your brother.
No,
Why'd you spoil that, Yosmorn?
I don't think that's the case.
What do you mean? I don't care what you think.
Is your mother Yasmalina?
Are you saying I got a girl's name?
No, I'm just asking you a question.
Look, I don't know my mom, but I'm pretty sure my dad is Santa Claus.
You see him like shake his head a little bit. No, I think that's a nice dream, but...
Do you know a man by the name of Dick Norm?
Forgot I did Dick Norm. No, the only ones I know are now you, Yosmorn, because he said it. I met a Zaznorm and a Jaznorm. That's all I've met.
Where'd you meet them?
They both visited me here.
What you know about our mom?
She's doing supposedly good work. Some group called the Merrymen. She offered me a job with them. Offered for me to work with them because, well, she didn't want me to be born into the life, but wanted me to have a choice later on in life. I told her no, and, well, next week, a couple of my strings broke. Suddenly, no taverns would have me in their taverns at night. And no people to play for. I had no income. Within 2 months, I was living out here, and I've been out here ever since. Trying to get coin when I can.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like you need to get a job. I play music on this here. I don't even know what instrument this is, but people love me. I'm rich. It just sounds like it ain't for you, buddy. Have you considered, like, hey, Mendicus, what jobs are there?
I mean, this is a dwarf place. Yeah, there's gotta be a mine. You can go live the rest of your life underground, digging a hole.
Might have to. I was just trying to get back on my feet. I've only been out on the streets for like 4 months.
Oh, that's a rookie's amount of time. Fucking just go start digging holes.
Yeah, I was born in the streets. What do you mean? Why did Mom give you a chance?
I don't know. She She came here first and asked me if I wanted to join the Merrymen. I said no. She said family would be by soon. Then Yosmorn came by, maybe seven months ago. And maybe he like looks up at the sky. 4 or 5 months ago, I heard from Yosmorn. And after I told him no, that's when my luck ran dry.
Sounds like you should have joined in Merryman.
I can tell you right now, if another one of us comes by, I'm gonna say yes, because I don't want to live on the street and I don't want to work in no mine if I can avoid it.
Don't give me the fucking pity story. You had your chance.
Yeah, well, hey, what if Mendicus? What if he becomes what Aurelius is to us, but to Aurelius?
Well, fucking Butler's butler?
Yeah, Aurelius needs some place to kick up his feet.
I think I could speak for everyone. It says that one Morn is enough for this group.
You kicking me out?
Well, we'll trade you. No, I'm kidding, Yosmorn. I wouldn't trade you. We'd have to get rid of Aurelius then.
Aurelius looks up at you like,
I hand him a piece of bread.
He smiles and just chows down on it.
Alright, where do you sleep? We know where you sleep. Actually, never mind. We know where you sleep. Howard Norm. Yosmorn, do you want anything else to do with this guy?
Where's Mom now? Do you know? You know where she went?
Yosmorn said something about traveling back south if I wanted to see her. Other than that, I don't know.
What's your name again? Yosmorn?
Yosmelina.
Yosmorn.
That does sound a lot like your name, Yosmorn.
And he begins to play the Red Alert Hell March song.
Fuck it, I knew you knew it.
It's a good one.
If you ever fucking say our names to anyone, I know where you sleep. I'll pay to have that bugbear choke you to death. And I'll watch and jack off later.
As soon as you mentioned the bugbear, you see like the look on his face just drop to very, very serious, like a oh fuck, he does know where I sleep kind of look. I mean, you see that visible cartoonish like gulp kind of Adam's apple movement. And
alright, Yosmorn, construct, take me to the library.
Yeah, fuck you.
Hey, wait, did that thing just talk?
Give me your damn loot to help you fix it. What the fuck, man? You guys are assholes.
It's called Bad Cop, Outcast.
Are you talking about his harp?
His harp, yeah.
It's called brotherly love.
That's how you get information from people.
He gives you puppy dog eyes as he like shakily hands his.
You think you're gonna talk to me about interrogating people? You're a child. I've interrogated people for hours and days and weeks. I fucking love it. Don't talk to me about bad cop. Talk to me about ripping a fucking fingernail off and fucking putting it in their mouth. This pussy shit.
Fine, let's kill him.
Just weak sauce-ass interrogation techniques.
You kill him.
Bad cop. Want to talk to me about interrogation, bad cop.
Oh,
Well, you
can
can
fix the
fucking
harp.
stepped in at any time, Outcast.
Just ask the man questions and give him something. He's a fucking bum. It's going to be okay. I'm going to fix his fucking harp.
There are approximately like 20 people just staring at the talking construct right now.
Yeah, I knew this was going to happen. Look away, you simple-ass bumpkins. Fucking filth in the streets. This man's looking down on bums. You're all fucking bums.
He's a those dark elves. Ugh.
I like that, like, Outcast is just holding in all of this rage just for being mean to Howard, Norm, and the group of bums, and it just all let loose right there.
How dare you look down on people at the same level?
Rushing up to your side, Alcest, you feel like a small skid, or you hear a skid on the ground and then like a bump into you. Sorry, you're gonna want to get the fuck out of here. People have gone and told the guard that you're here. I know of Schützen. I'm just trying to warn you. I know you're not a bad one. They were bad for keeping here. Just please go before they arrest you, just for existing.
Yeah, I mean, do you guys want to try to go to the library? You want to try to get out of the town?
I think we should leave. I don't want to go to jail.
Hey, wait a second. Where's the rest of our group?
They're at the tree.
They didn't come in with us?
Outcast, you want to be a fart cloud while we leave?
I'll just turn myself invisible.
Okay. And as you all make your way out of the city, we're going to skip to Kuzma, who said he has prepared his brief, I assume, sermon to the folk of the dwarvish nation of Mauer Norden surrounding the tree.
Oh, you assume wrong.
Fair enough.
Gather around, not too close to the tree. Careful where you step, there may be a bug. You must be careful. Gather around, I tell you of Melora. Melora, she wolves fauna, spun life, and threaded spirits of this world. She is our wild mother, and I am her apostle. I come as her hand to protect the natural world and wilderness from exploitation and destruction that you people bring. Look around you. Nature rejects you. You cannot even step into a simple tree. You erect giant metal structure, and for what? Are you happy? Yet you toil pointlessly to get metal just to spend metal on more metal. You cut down tree unnecessarily. You must instead embrace savage nature of this world. Exist in harmony with it. Find your local druid. Help them. Help them destroy invasive abominations of nature. They are all around you. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. You there, as I point to someone who's listening to me. When a tree falls down, which way does a tree fall?
South?
That's the dumbest answer I've ever heard. You think you think tree fall down, don't you? Yet, tree falls in the way it leans. Be careful in which way you lean. Lean in the way Melora commands you. If you do not change your ways, you will in time too be reclaimed by nature.
Oh, that deserves an actual applause.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah,
come
that's pretty
on.
good.
Yeah, to write that
that was
mid-session, yeah, nice.
I feel like he's been preparing this for the whole goddamn game.
Oh yeah, wait, yeah, he did send ready within 2 minutes of me. He just had to dig through his notes.
Speech. He's got a speech on the back burner.
I mean, it's mostly a collection of commandments, Dr. Seuss.
I like the it falls the way it leans.
Yeah,
That
the
was good.
tree
That was good
falls
ending.
the way
Yeah,
it
that's
leads.
good. That's the stupidest answer I've ever heard.
Oh, south?
But yeah, you guys are the three of you and Aurelia, so the four of you, come out to Pavel and Vaden and Kuzma. Just like probably a good 200 more people listening to this sermon. As you see that Kuzma is standing on Pavel's shoulder. As Pavel just kind of walks around the tree so that everybody can hear him as he gives this sermon. You hear some people by the end of it, obviously Kuzma, you saw the first few heads beginning to yeah, he makes some good points, and you guys are coming out by the end, and there's probably a good third of the crowd, so probably a good 200-ish people in total, kind of nodding their head yeah, we should rethink what we're doing. And when the speech ends, those 200 people give a loud, uproarious applause. The other 400, 500 people give a respectful, yeah, okay, good speech kind of thing. But there are some solidly swayed people there.
God damn it! Now, it's gonna get to Kuzma's head.
Kuzma, can I just say, Kuzma, that was glorious. I've never heard you speak that way for that long.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely stunning. Although I know you kind of lied to them a little bit, but it's all.
Well,
It's all
I know what you're talking about.
That's okay, Kuzma. That's okay.
No, really, I don't.
You've just been so angry in the past. You speak of being good and all of this to them, and it's just a little bit bullshit. But just between me and you, right?
Vaden, I speak only truth. This is only truth.
Right. Yes. Wink.
I need to wink. You have something on eye.
Alrighty. And with that, the seven of you, including Aurelius, are back together. What are you guys doing as we head back to Deitas?
Do you guys want to meet up with my siblings, talk about the world-ending thing, or we probably can't get back in the city?
I'm okay with meeting up with your siblings, Alcahest. It's fine.
Yeah, I think that was the whole point of coming up here, was to go to that dojo anyways, right?
I mean, it was part of it, but look at how much we've accomplished, Mendicus.
What have we accomplished?
I got rid of
I didn't really
buttons.
ask, but you guys accomplished much in the city, no?
Outcast, I saw you give away my buttons.
It felt so good giving bums buttons. It's like, hey, Mendicus is happy, other bums will be happy. Got rid of another mithril bar, 5 pounds lighter, it's great.
No, that did not make me happy. Those were my goddamn buttons.
It's like, hey, I'm above you. Now you bums have buttons. You're all on the same bum level. No more alpha bum.
Outcast, I don't like how superior you're sounding right now.
I mean, I've made from 2 gods. I've lived a long life. I've killed a lot of people. I've manly interrogated people instead of pussy shit. I do okay.
Hey, Alcast, let me ask you,
You also
something...
spent a century in the fucking dirt.
Alcast, is there
Couldn't climb out of the ground.
In the dirt as well.
Nothing wrong with being in dirt.
It'll be great when nature reclaims you. Isn't that what you said? When it reclaims you, I'll shit on your ashes.
That's right. You be in dirt. We all should be in dirt.
Alcahest, you must...
nature reclaims
You know what? Once you shit on my asses, I'm gonna grow the largest fucking vine, infectious vine ever, and I'm gonna cover this whole fucking earth with it.
It'll
Guess
make
what then?
sense. Well, me and Kuzma will name the plants after you, like Mendicus, some kind of species Mendicus, blah blah blah. It'll be great.
Yes, and it'll have really sharp fucking thorns. It'll stick right in your arm. It'll get in the middle, and you'll hate it.
It'll be like some heroin offshoot in name of you, in memory of you. It has that heroin.
It'll get you really disgustingly high, like too high, where you just feel sick all the time.
So what is y'all's plan? I am afraid to ask. So you guys head north?
We'll meet up with Alcahest's siblings.
So you guys head towards the Immortal stable?
Yeah.
Let me zoom in.
I'm down.
What time is it? Are we leaving now, or are we spending the night here?
You guys spent the night.
We should leave now. People are looking for Alcast.
It's pretty late in the evening at this point, actually, because you guys left the fort in the morning, and so it'd be evening-ish by now. The sun is probably setting. Alkesh, you know, and Vaden, you would know of the Elena Lake, where you can actually catch a boat all the way from the southern side up to this other peak. It's just kind of like a way to travel from the Andimondi to Deri up to the other cities or the mine off to the
It's like a ferry?
Side. Yeah, it's just basically a ferry. They run 24/7. It's 5 gold a head, 10 for a cart, and 10 for any animals. It's pretty cheap, all things considered, for that. And it just runs all night, all day, and it's by morning they would have you there basically.
So we just pile into the cart and we can just go for 10 gold?
Well, no, it's 5 per head, 10 per gold.
10.
Yeah, so
10.
in the end, it's 35, 45, 55, 65 gold in total for all of you to go.
I'll pay my own way.
60 gold.
So for my cart and my horse, it's 10, and then me, it's 5, so 25 gold for me?
Yep. I mean, Aurelius doesn't have any money, so...
Damn it, Aurelius.
Okay, so everybody mark off 5 gold except for Alcahest and Yosmorn, and Pavel, you need to mark off 15 gold as well. And I guess an extra 5 for Kuzma, since you handle his money.
I got it.
Okay, cool. And with that, it's actually, like, for those of you that want to, like, stay up at all, it's a really, really calm lake.
Point of clarification: did we spend the night there?
No,
Or are we getting
you're
to
spending
that?
the night on the boat across. It's
okay,
a ferry that
okay.
runs back and forth. There's literally like 4 ferries that run every like 6 hours. So by the time you guys get there, the next ferry leaves in about an hour, and you guys are able to travel across. I just gave that information just to make the travel easier, and then it's going to be a day's travel to the Immortal stable.
Is it dark before we leave?
Yeah.
I have something I want to do on the way. It won't take more than 10 minutes.
Okay, what's that?
26 for stealth.
Okay, what for?
We're gonna go write a message on the side of this giant Omni tutoring.
Okay, 26 stealth. You're hard to see. What do you?
In
what-
invisible paint.
Yeah, so it'll
yeah.
appear an hour later. What do you
Yeah,
draw on the side of the wall? I assume
it's,
within plain view of the
Yeah,
Immortal Lotus.
plain view, maybe as close as I can to the Immortal Lotus without being seen. And it's just gonna simply say like, tear down this structure. Malor commands it.
All right, it is on there.
Okay, good. We go across lake.
Cool. You guys long rest. You guys travel across the lake, and then you have from about the time you guys get off here, a third of the day to Anthracite, and then you would arrive at the Immortal stable in the evening. Unless you guys wanted to cut across the tundra, take you about the same amount of time because you're not on a road and it's very, very hilly.
Could I have potentially had 12 and a half hours in that time, you said?
Oh yeah, especially because you got your workshop on the boat.
Well, no, not on the project. I'm gonna finish Kuzum's project so I can throw this fucking piece of paper away.
Which specific project are you?
Kuzma's project.
The gel that we picked up in the vial.
The weird
Aberration,
acid
monstrosity, undead, saltwater, purified alcohol, 50 hours, which is now 12 and a half because it's uncommon. I can throw this piece of paper away, right? I have 1,000 pieces of paper.
Yeah, you can throw it away and we'll.
God bless.
Yeah.
This is how it sounds.
You had time to complete it, but we'll discuss what it was when we get back from the break.
Paper.
Okay.
All right, come back. Hey, we'll be back in like 5 minutes, guys. Hey, folks, DM of All Natural here. If you're interested in sponsoring our podcast, feel free to message us on Instagram at All Natural. That's AU_NATUROLL, All Natural. Or feel free to email us at deitasaudio@gmail.com. That's DEITASAUDIO@gmail.com. Thank you, and let's get back to the game.
How much time altogether did I have for that, or were we still traveling? So I can generally get about, you said 16 hours on projects. If I did 12.5 on his, in theory I could get about 3 on working on my shit, and then another 16.
Yeah, you're able to get 32 hours of work in on your projects, Alcahest, 12 and a half on Kuzma's thing, and then 19 and a half on whatever else you're working on. I assume the little adamantine rook. But
Yeah, this is just the magic portion. I'm 75 of 80 right now.
Yeah, I was going to say go ahead and round up, and you would have gotten to a good stopping point on your project before going to bed. And then Kuzma, if you wanted to describe what you were getting done.
Oh, yes, thank you. Pavel, I need a toe.
You know, I
Doesn't
didn't
matter which
expect
foot.
this to be a sexual
No,
thing, but...
that doesn't matter which one. Maybe not the big one. That's this. I don't know if I have that much liquid here.
Yosmorn, Mendicus, you want to watch? I think this is going to get weird.
Aurelius, come here real quick.
Beta, you have a foot thing, right?
Yeah?
No, that was my cousin, second cousin, I think. He had the real weird foot thing. It was... Yeah. He's also kind of a dick.
Aurelius,
Yeah?
open your mouth.
He does so.
Okay, and then I want to stick my toe in his foot, the toe that I'm going to cut off.
You want to stick your toe in his foot?
I wasn't
Or
going to say
stick my
anything.
toe in his mouth.
Okay.
Suck it.
Aurelius, take your share, man. Take your share. This is weird.
Which toe are you putting in his mouth? Because this is canon. With a toe in his mouth, he goes, I don't like this.
And then once he's finished sucking it, I'll take out my rapier and then cut off that toe.
Thank you, Pavel. And I'm gonna take that magical liquid and kind of pour it all over the toe, and as we discussed, it magically hardens and
Yep.
preserves it. And I'm gonna take a little string and put it around my neck.
Okay. You wear his toe like a rabbit's foot.
You guys are fucking weird.
God fucking damn it.
Yosmorn, you feel a tug at your coattail.
No.
Do you have anything I can wash my mouth out with?
Uh,
I don't know if he's ever washed his feet.
are we near the lake still?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah, I got a whole big old jug of water for you right there. Look, I got all that just for you, buddy. Hey, call me Howard Norm.
Okay, Howard Norm. And so, throughout the next day's travel, you all arrive at the Orange Lotus Monastery, the Immortal Stable. You notice...
that's beautiful.
Yeah, I was going to say, you notice a weird thing. Once you get within like 2 to 3-ish miles, the snow begins to melt. And then you're met with this lush green landscape. And as you finally get there, you notice that it's really pretty. You guys are down here. There's plenty of fields. There's like a whole row that kids are running through over here to the right hand side of like flowers and tulips and daffodils. A whole row of rose bushes. Off to the left hand side, there's wheat fields that many monks seem to be in, and they are just toiling away at the fields. Some of them are like walking through and like piling up the hay or the wheat. Some of them are making sure like the fields look good and like flattening down and getting rid of any bugs as they like pick up the bugs and put them in jars to be taken away by the kids to other places. There are not oversized pumpkins a little bit farther to the north. They are normal-sized pumpkins that Dustin took the map and stretched it out some. But yeah, there's a small like windmill in the center of the town. But you guys have arrived at the Immortal Dojo, the Immortal Stable. In the evening. So there are people still working, just not as many because it is evening time.
Vaden, this best dojo you bring us to so far. That's great.
You know what? I really thought you liked the Rose Academy because it's it had those potatoes you really tended to.
I bet there's potatoes here.
You think so? There's probably potatoes here. It's most likely potatoes. Well, let's go approach some of the fellow monks here, shall we?
Yeah, really? I want you to look around you and see a place ripe for the pickings.
Hey, Yosmorn, do me a favor, man. There's a really special mission I want you to take care of over here, if you don't mind.
You want me to parachute down to the airport?
Well, no, I want you to I want you to make sure, make sure all their crops are good. Maybe plant them some new crops, if you know what I mean.
Like along the roads?
Roads?
Hot potatoes? Along the road?
Yeah, sure, yeah. Hot potatoes, yeah. You know that.
Yeah, the IED brand.
Right.
The ones that, just go boom in your mouth. When you least expect it.
I thought no blowjobs, though.
This is a potato. It's not a blowjob.
I mean, with Kuzma, isn't it both?
Well, why are we talking so much about potato?
Yeah, we'll leave the potatoes to Kuzma. But I guess I'll approach some of the workers.
Yeah, they wave at you all as you all approach, especially with your cart and elephant. They maybe assume you're traders, maybe assume you have no idea. Yeah, they like wave over at you guys.
All right.
Hello, hey, how's it going? Welcome to the Immortal Stable. So what are you over there doing, Yosmorn?
He's gonna do what he wants.
I'm on a secret mission.
Special crops.
You'll have a couple of these monks. They're all dressed in like this, somewhere between burnt and light orange. Some of them as bright as like Goku orange colors. And they'll approach me like, "Hey, what are you doing in the fields? We're just trying to harvest some of our wheat crops and replant as we go." Can we help you with anything? We'd prefer you not stomp on our plants or our bugs. And he picks up a ladybug from the ground in front of you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just I was looking to help the farm.
Oh, well, be sure to go see the master first, and he'll assign you where he thinks you're best fit. Thank you, though. I appreciate that.
Thank you, buddy. I'm gonna plant some great crops later.
Great. We love great crops being planted.
Of course, pal. I'll be there.
Pal, buddy.
My name... Oh, okay, you walked to see ya. I was going to tell you my name, but bye.
They got no idea. They got no idea.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're here to help them, right? They have no idea that you're going to help. I see you made friends over there. I bet he's a nice fellow.
Yeah, I'm on the inside.
Awesome.
So as you all approach, you can see the master over here to the left-hand side. He's clearly a much older fellow, surrounded and just like lecturing 3 younger students. Younger than him, not young. Oh, look at that. We have a canary student here to learn from us. Welcome, welcome. And he steps towards the edge of this like little parapet. It's very nice to meet you. I am Chackie Jan.
God fucking damn it.
That is C-H Chackie Jan Jan Chackie Jan.
Chackie Jan.
Trademarked. Flat,
Yeah, I'm
flat,
sure you
flat
could
Deitas
trademark
sound.
that. I'm 100% sure you could trademark that.
And he is standing there. Probably the youngest master you've seen so far. This guy clearly does his own stunts. Welcome.
Does he have an uncle or? No, I knew that cartoon. I'm so old.
Sorry, I don't get it.
Hello, Master Chackie Jan. Name's Vaden. These are my comrades, Kuzma, Yosmorn. Couple falling behind back is Pavel, Alkahest, and Mendicus.
It is a pleasure to meet you all. Another Warforged. Welcome.
Another?
Yes, there's at this point in time a small gathering of them.
Well, where are the others? They have arrived, I assume.
Aurelius, I think he's talking about your cop.
Yes, there's quite a few of them here, actually. They are basically directly beneath this mill. In a old ritual hideout, I guess.
Right, so they are not in any trouble.
No. They just wanted some privacy. That's our most private location.
Perfect. It sounds about right.
Yeah. Whenever you're ready to head down, I will give you access. And he smiles and he says, well, this is the farm portion of our home. To the western side, basically to the left side of the map. That is our library, our sleeping chambers, our dojo, and anything else you can imagine. This farm just allows us to maintain stability here in Mauer Norden. It can get expensive, and they lack food here, and we make quite a bit of it, so... Whenever you're ready, we'll show you to bed, we'll show you to the chambers, we'll give you a tour, all that good stuff. I assume that you would like to go see the other Warforged, Alkahest?
Yeah, I can go see my family.
Right, right here, Luck Chidel will walk you down there. Luck, please show him where to go.
Fucking Luck Chidel.
Thank you. I have a whole page of UFC fighters up to my right if I need to name people.
We look forward to your home here. Look forward to training. Look forward to seeing around.
How about this? Luck Chidel here can take all of you down to see the Warforged. Then how about you all come back up for story time after you're done with them?
Perfect.
All right. But you guys are basically like shown this very small hatch that has
area.
that has a like a lock code key on there. Anyone that's paying close enough attention to it, so I imagine especially like Alcahest, you see Luck Chidel put in Melora provides on the combination, and it like unlocks the hatch, and he opens it up. He's like, "Oh, after you all, please head on down. I believe the other Warforged are waiting down there. It will be unlocked when you arrive, when you come back up. It doesn't lock from bottom up; it only locks from top down. So, see you all for story time and dinner." And he walks away. Yeah, as you all walk in, what?
Oh, do I have to roll initiative?
No, that is up to you guys. So you all walk down here, down this well-lit pathway. Let me bring Pearl in here as well.
Pearl's no longer Pearl.
Oh, right, Pearl's gone. I made this map before you did that. Thank you. In here, I'll let Alcahest. You can ping whoever you want. I'll introduce that character first.
They've met.
So yeah,
Oh,
obviously,
Ruby.
you know Frank.
met Ruby
You know
yet.
Frank. You know you. Oh yeah, welcome y'all. I'm so glad to have you here. Oh my goodness, I can't believe I get to see you all so soon. This is amazing. I am so glad you're here. And yeah, we'll move on to the next people.
Say Ruby, because I don't
Okay.
think
Yeah.
they haven't met Ruby yet.
Vaden, we will be on deck as soon as you're ready to do that. Let me do the quick introduction. Sorry, I just saw your message.
Oh, no rush.
Yeah. So yes, you guys see this character who is like the instrument is on her back, but it's almost like a. Is that a lute? Yeah, that's a lute. A lute like strapped to her back that seems to be having flames coming out of it. She is very relaxed as she's walking around. She has this very bright red cloak on that has symbols. If anybody knows much about magic, they are clearly demonic symbols, or very fiendish symbols on them. Who do you want to do next? Outcast? Obviously, you guys know Lilith, and you guys met Ebony and you and
They haven't met
Frank.
Serenity, or have they?
They have not. You are the only one who has met Serenity, and that was at the Rose Academy. So this is Serenity. She's a little bit more feminine looking as far as a Warforged goes. And she doesn't necessarily have these arms coming off of her now, but she is very like plainly dressed. Her garb has the symbol of cord in every spot that it fits, including a like small symbol of Melora dead center. But it's like not as big as compared to her symbols of cord that are all over her. And she is sitting up on this stone, looking very, very relaxed, looking down, and she was clearly mid-conversation with the other Warforged as you all, but stopped talking as you all walked in. And I think the only other one you guys haven't met is Requiem.
But two people don't want to talk to her anyway.
Yeah. This is Requiem, the Warforged of the Raven Queen. And as you all walk in, she is looking very stoic, very gothic, very quiet, and just like standing there with her hands on her hips. Vaden, I saw you kind of like, you were the one that opened the doors and walked straight in. And obviously, as you open the doors,
Alcast kind of walked in at the same time.
Okay.
I kind of
yeah.
let him.
So Outcast, you definitely saw your siblings. Probably very excited to see, especially this many of them all in one place. It was probably very exciting. Obviously, I'm not going to speak for your feelings, but you do see Serenity in front of you, Vaden. Whoever wanted to go first, I don't really care.
Well, did he make? Since obviously I've never seen Serenity. Vaden has never seen Serenity. He made introductions, basically.
Sorry, as you guys make your way in, Outcast, I'll let you do the introductions first. But obviously, as soon as you guys walk in, Ma'ad turns down the hallway and goes, "Oh yeah, Alcahest and friends, it's so nice to see you again. Oh my, welcome."
I do like that the room's kind of split in the like how we fought in the wars. I mean, you guys can co-mingle.
Yeah, we can, but you know, it's just kind of awkward sometimes. You know, there's still that tension that just kind of exists between people.
I mean, like three of us in this room were all, together for the longest time, including our bitch sister before the little ones came in.
You know, you don't have to call me a bitch as soon as you see me, right?
I don't have to kill spiders when I see them either, but I like to.
I pretend like I'm not here.
Yeah, but she looked over at you. You okay with your brother just killing innocent spiders?
Innocent, she says.
I'm just saying that one of your aunts made them.
Sounds like she smokes a lot.
I'm trying to go for the Vegeta vibe.
I love it.
Vegeta,
I love
Vegeta.
She sounds like
Academy,
Mac.
baby.
She sounds like Mac's mom from Sunny.
Hey, I have a quick question.
Yes.
Was the Raven Queen Warforged there at any point when...
Oh, yes. Yes, you guys did meet her during your trial, didn't you? When Pavel died.
So it wasn't the Raven Queen that was there?
No,
it was,
that was Requiem.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
That's
you.
all.
No, I appreciate that reminder. That was, 20-ish episodes ago. I appreciate that.
That was a while, yeah.
Yeah. At this point in time,
Alcahest?
Ruby speaks up and she goes, Alcahest, why don't you introduce us to your friends here?
I mean, Mad knows him, Frank does.
Oh yeah, they're great. They're so wonderful. They're so nice. The bugbear there is so good with his whip.
I think Requiem seen a few of us. You knows him. Serenity always probably already knows, but this is Vaden. Serenity, you'll probably fight him at some point. That's Pavel. Pavel's pretty great. Yosmorn, I love Yosmorn, but stupid shit. Kuzma's pretty great. You already probably likes him. Mendicus is a fucking hoot, but I don't know if he's here at the moment.
I'm right fucking behind you. What do you mean?
I mean, are you on the same?
Are you on Foundry? Is what you're asking.
I'm on Edge now. I had to fucking whole new browser.
And this is Aurelius. He's probably one of my favorites. He's newer, but yeah.
When you introduce Aurelius, there's a small, a very obvious quiet that kind of comes over the group. It's rare to see a kobold, you know.
Rare to see a Warforged.
Rare to see a gnome.
We totally didn't kill a bunch of them underneath the tree either. That's fake news if you ever heard that.
As I swish a vial of red vial around.
Yeah. I just wish, this is Serenity talking. I just wish Alloy or Prism had been here to see the young kobold. I'm sure they would have been happy with, after the onslaught that occurred. Thank you for bringing them. Please, get comfortable. We were just discussing, some relatively sensitive matter. But Alcest does raise a point. We shouldn't be on opposite sides when we're not opposed to one another here. So, and she motions to Frank to take her seat at the head. I know this is my domain here at the Immortal Stable, but please, Frank, you're the eldest. Yeah, I appreciate that. And he'll step up. I'm not going to step up too high just because this is not my seat to have. If any of you newcomers have anything to say, please, I guess just go ahead and get it out now and we'll get down to business. Otherwise, no rush. We have plenty of time.
Well, yes, they like you. You better see if you can simp off them. See if you can get any gifts or anything.
You guys are real sticklers for protocol.
When you have this much time, it helps. And when your parents literally made you fight a war against each other, things can get a bit awkward. Oh yeah, it was the hardest thing telling Grummish no when he told me to just take... Let's see, what did he say? Take Alcahest and cleave him into 6 equal pieces. Like, I get it. Outcast was fiendish when it came to fixing people that I cut down. But I'm not going to hurt my brother, you know?
I mean, I say this with love. Grumsh can count to 6.
Crumsh, well, I haven't seen it, but yeah, I suppose he is a god after all.
I'm proud of him. I mean, I remember a time, like Ayun used to say he couldn't count past 5, so...
Let me see here. Did I ever hear him count past 5? No, I think he just said 6. I don't think he knows what that means. I don't even know what that means.
I mean, did you
Maybe-
even sit there for that long? How long would that take?
This is way too long.
Maybe he think it's like infinity, like 1, 2, 3. Beyond that, it's like who knows how many.
How'd you do that so fast?
Serenity. As you know, I'm Vaden. I believe I have some business to discuss with you.
Yeah?
Well, as you know,
Beat her ass, Vaden.
I hold the other piece of Cord's
Are you doing this now?
weapon.
You see Ruby and Lilith take a step back.
I mean, if we're just going to get the shit out of the way, let's give them some room.
I
I'll back up too.
do not wish for this to turn into an altercation. Although I believe if you were to give me the other wrap of cord, I will do good with it. As I am traveling with your brother and these my fellow comrades, it will do me much good.
Mad, back up a little bit. I want to see Vaden get his ass beat by my sister.
Yeah,
just
that's a
hope.
good idea.
I just hope that you are willing to kindly give this to me, and maybe in the future you will have it as well.
Can he handle her handshake? I don't even shake her hand.
But if it must come down to it,
Vaden, what do you know about Cord?
I will be honest with you, I do not know much, as I have come to the surface in search of a new god, in a sense. I have fled Lolth's evil path, and the goddess Illustrea has pulled me to the surface. Although I'm not bound to her, but it is just a search of a new faith at this point.
You see her stand in front of you. And she pulls out this other wrap that could be appreciated by everyone except for Mendicus and Vaden.
Oh, I get it now.
Yeah.
I was slow on that one.
So many shades of gray.
Colorblind. She
My
pulls out
eyes are
this.
so used to the dark.
She pulls out this very pretty wrap that flows between the different colors. That you guys are finally, or maybe you already did pick up on the fact that they are the different colors of the different trees that Melora planted over time. Cord is not a merciful god. I understand that you're from Lilith's realm, the Underdark. You were probably raised and taught and probably had Lilith's laws beaten into you, literally and figuratively.
Right.
Cord is not one for handouts.
I understand. Well,
When
what shall I do to earn this from you?
she puts out her hand towards you with the wrap in it. This is not mine to give or to hold on to. And it's not yours to have. And she drops it on the ground. It's simply yours to earn. Take it. Earn it. It won't work until Cord views you worthy. So sometimes I don't even feel that way, so good luck. You mean you're not going to fight him? I took 2 steps backwards for you to not punch him in the face?
Well, if it is a show you want, I will let her punch me one time.
I have no wish to punch you. I just wish to speak of what needs to be spoken. But I appreciate that. And then she's going to punch you. Because she can't take no for an answer.
Can we just say that this can this not kill my character, even if it technically is supposed to?
Don't worry, Van, you got the headband.
She punches out and misses as you were able to dodge out of the way of it. You just instinctually just kind of shift out of the way.
I want to say I just reached down to grab the band.
Yeah. Let's see. Hold on.
Whoa, that was a gust of wind.
Hold on. She's gonna make a deception check here to make it look like a handshake. 19. Okay, so
Isn't that a deception check against everybody in the room?
yeah. So anyone that would like to make an insight check, she punches out, but when you stand back up, her hand is sitting there looking for a handshake from you.
I will shake her hand. I will shake her hand. Is this a strength check or
No, not at all. Not at all. This is an embarrassment check on her end.
Serenity, I appreciate your professionalism in this matter.
This is what the gods will.
I will do what I can to earn Cord's trust in me using this.
Have to say I'm a little disappointed, but if you guys want to be serious, that's fine.
Well, it's not up to me. I was just supposed to hold on to it until somebody came along and asked for it.
Is that all I had to do?
No, not at all. But Outcast, I'll talk to you later about it.
Wasn't Cord always about, when somebody asks for an ass whooping, you give it to him? But I don't know.
He didn't ask for an ass whooping. He asked to earn it, and that's not up to me to decide whether he earns it or not. But shall we get down to copper tax?
I want to put this on now.
Wait, we have to pay a tax in copper?
Are we getting down to business to defeat the bugs?
They sent us.
Did they send you orders?
No, they asked for soldiers, and all we got was Warforged.
Oh God!
I mean, they did send us some of the daughters and the sons.
I love that song.
One of the daughters.
Right. You all are welcome to be here, and we would love to hear what you have to say. There's a few things on the docket. From what I understand, according to you and Ebony, your group recently fought some of these Tebyek. That is one of 2 things we're going to be discussing tonight. What do we know? Have we been told anything that can be given out to the rest of us? Those of you who are not Warforged, please understand we will not be upset with you for asking questions. Do not be upset if we cannot answer. Things that our gods have told us, we cannot necessarily say out loud. That is just what we do. We respect it. We don't ask questions of our gods and what they've asked us to do. It's just the only peace we could find with one another is 0 expectations. So if we don't feel comfortable answering something, don't pry. Otherwise, we will be open about an issue that we see. We won't be upset if you ask. Please understand that. We understand that you are not one of us. If anyone has any relevant information, we would love to hear it. Lilith was just telling us about the Underdark portion, but if any of you would like to go first, otherwise we will let her continue. Right, and Lilith takes a couple steps forward. From my recent trip, after meeting with this party up in Mount Kimiri, where you and I met them, I made a trip to the Underdark here, just north of us, and spent quite some time down there. The drow in the cities beneath the mountains seem to be working with the dwarves. There's probably about 10 to 1 drow to dwarves down there. They are setting up perimeters and defenses. They are no longer just doing what Lolth would normally have them do, worship, pray, and fight amongst themselves. I haven't asked Lolth specifically, so I don't mind saying this out loud. From what I've seen, that would imply that the Drow are working inside Lolth's orders to stop these so-called Tebyak. They are fierce, they dig quickly, but the idea is, with the tunnels of the Drow and the Dwarves' combined digging abilities, they hit one of them, set off an alarm, and the Drow or Dwarves are able to get there fast enough to take care of it. It is not foolproof. Sometimes tunnels are discovered where they were previously laid out and thought that they were safe, and later discovered that something had passed through. They are doing their best, and I have continued to work with them to set up my webs in a way, and maybe get them to work with some of the Driders, though they are hesitant to do so, since they are the accursed ones. But working with them to set up a spiderweb system for better triggering mechanisms. She's going to step back. Does anyone else have anything to add? Any information they deem relevant? Perhaps the group. Do you guys have any information on these Tebyak?
I mean, they have a lot of resistances, and there's the new ones that we came across that you and Ebony also saw, the little brain.
Yes, but they perhaps didn't have the same insight as you all did. But what weaknesses do they have? Or resistances?
If you see the little brain fuck it up the most, it's good against like psychic and necrotic and most things actually. It does poorly against cold and force, but I don't know of all of you who can do that.
Interesting. Well, as you know, Alcahest, and Ruby speaking, with our magics, sometimes there's a way that we can manipulate our own spells to do specific damages. And knowledge is key. You said cold and force style damages, right?
At least against the brain. Against the other ones, fire seems to be worthless, acid seems to be worthless, most physical unless you have just the basic grunt-looking ones.
I believe the Drow and Dwarves have taken to call them hunters?
Yeah, sure, hunters.
If you don't mind me speaking up a little bit, Ebony's going to step forward. So, I spent a little bit time north of the wall. Not too long. Requiem and I did notice that there's 3-ish main types of them. There are the hunters. There are the scouts. There's some flying insects that they always move a couple miles ahead. So chances are, if you've seen a hunter sometime recently, you've just missed one of the scouts. I'll lay out some information on ways to check for them. There are subtle signs that they've been nearby recently. So there are the scouts, the hunters, then what we've taken to calling the defenders. Those are only seen near an egg. And I do recommend that if you see one of the hatched eggs, differing from what Alcahest and his friends saw, the brain, it goes from a pinkish to a bluish over time. The bluer it is, the more dangerous it is. I suggest you get nowhere near that. We haven't dealt with it firsthand, but we've come across several dwarves who've literally had their heads, their skulls just exploded from them. Just keep an eye on that. And then, obviously, the defenders and then the brains themselves. We believe that there's some sort of something in charge of all of them. They seem to have all some sort of hive mind together, but we couldn't track that down. Every time we got close, within 20, 30 miles above the mountains, the scouts would get heavier and we didn't feel comfortable getting close without being seen. And she steps back. Yeah, I think that the best way to handle them is just to cleave them in half. I mean, they're just big bugs. You know? No, just me? Okay.
I mean, are we fighting a war of attrition? Are we going to go fight head on? Is there a strategy you all have in mind?
Back to Frank. None of us have been strictly told to go kill these Tebyak, except for you. You has been warned of it repeatedly by Melora to keep an eye out on them and destroy them at all cost. They seem to be some sort of infectious beast, or not beast. Sorry, Melora, or sorry, you. They seem to be some sort of infection.
Have you considered good cop, bad cop?
It works pretty well.
What?
Yeah, it's a tactic that I used in urban combat not long ago.
Please come up and tell us about that, Yosmorn.
I swear to your God, don't you tell him to do this, he'll fucking do it.
No, it's fine.
This is on you.
It was all Aurelius' idea.
Yeah. So,
What?
again, sorry, Kuzma. I didn't mean to call them beasts. Monstrosities.
I'm just glad you all finally listened to Melora. I've been wondering with this.
We are not listening to Melora. We're simply listening to the concerns of the world. We were brought back. Hey, just calm down.
I mean,
No.
do these things eat your spiders? I mean, are they going to kill your drow? Will you have servants to listen to your god if bugs eat them?
We don't know.
The answer would be no. I'm telling you no. If the world ends, there's no one to be your slave because there's nobody living in the world that's ended.
And if the world ends, there's no books to read.
I will write books as the world ends. I don't fucking care about the rest.
If you die, then there are no books to write.
And if you die, I'm happy.
Frank. Yeah. Alcahest.
I'm just saying, I'm just pointing out that if you just listen to your gods, then the world could just end, because gods will just allow shit to happen.
Yeah, what does your god say? Lilith.
But what? What? You just said your name.
No, so Lilith said, oh, what is your god saying? And Frank interrupted her and said Lilith.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Look. Lilith, step back in line.
Good, number 2.
Alcahest, what it comes down to is you don't know why you're here. You don't know why you were woken up. Requiem doesn't know why she was woken up. You doesn't know why she was woken up. Lilith doesn't know why she was woken up. Ebony has no idea. Ruby has no idea. Serenity has no idea. Ma'ad has no idea. And I don't know either.
Could be the bugs. You never know.
But we don't know. We're just here theorizing. If the bugs become an issue, we're here for that. You wanted to express an interest in, if we see them, kill them on her behalf. That's all this is. We're gathering information on how to best fight them.
I mean, if you're imagining we were woken up for another war, a war against the bugs would be the most obvious. I mean, if you think we're being woken up for another war, I'm probably not going to participate in the same way as you think I might do it from the first time.
Hopefully we're not. I don't want to be pinned against you. I don't want to be pinned against Serenity, or you, or Requiem.
I mean, I won't fight against you all again this time if there was a second war. I learned from my mistakes. I hope you all have.
You get a really, awkward silence from them in that, they're not willing to openly say they're going to disobey their god. But you can make an insight check if you'd like to.
You said I get a feeling already, or no?
You have that feeling. If you want to look for anything deeper, make me an insight check.
I won't go deeper, but I'll just say that. Maybe I'm in a different position because my god can't tell me much at the moment, and hopefully I'll find the way to make her better. But through the goddess of knowledge, I'm pretty sure she's learned from her mistakes too. I mean, which god and which of us Warforged are dumb enough to repeat that? What was the result? The ones of us that all went to sleep all woke up. The gods that, in a sense, lost their importance came back. So, what's the point?
Anyone who's not like really fixated on the conversation, if you can make me a perception check. If you are fixated on the conversation, don't.
I made you a perception check way early.
Yeah, what was that for? I assume that was the
wanted
spot Serenity, but...
I wanted to see if Lilith had the dagger.
She did not. She did not. With your 21, you didn't see the dagger on her. Oh man, some good-ass perception checks coming in. Yosmorn at the 18, Pavel 19, Aurelius 20, Vaden 24.
And nobody was paying attention.
No, I was.
Well, I said if you're paying attention, make the roll.
I was.
Okay.
Wait, no, I thought you meant like if you're
Wait,
paying.
the other way around.
Sorry.
No.
If you're not paying attention to the conversation, but you're kind of like zoning out as the conversation is happening, make me a perception check.
Oh,
I'll say I was doing that.
Okay.
I heard everything.
I assume Pavel is zoning out at some point in time, and Yosmorn too, and Aurelius. All the zoning outy characters plus Vaden zoned out. So Kuzma, was everyone else enwrapped in the conversation?
Plus, I'm trying to get Aurelius to rob people.
They have no wallets whatsoever on them.
You should just think of that as a standard from now on.
Yeah,
if you don't hear from Yosmorn for like 5 minutes,
Aurelius
he's
is scheming.
trying. Yeah, they're scheming over there.
So, Vaden, you're the first one to notice that you hear this. And it grows louder as walking down the hallway behind you seems to be this individual. Another Warforged, very clearly, but he is draped head to toe, just somehow hanging and dangling off of his body. Another Warforged.
Oh god, can you blow him up?
Yep. He looks way cooler than this, I promise. But he walks down this hallway, and Aurelius sees him as well, but way before it's too late. And as Aurelius goes to open his mouth, he flicks a coin at him, and all of a sudden, mid-conversation, Mendicus, as you're focusing on this conversation that's going on, you feel a heavy hand hit your shoulder, and it just pats your shoulder a couple times, and you see Hex walk past you. Sorry, I'm late.
It's fine. We don't mind.
Excuse me, Bugbear. And he squeezes past you to go stand next to Requiem.
Motherfucker was in my way.
I apologize for having to move you a little bit. What is it we were discussing? Well, I believe we were just finishing up talking about the Tebiek. I'm sure that Serenity or myself will fill you in after the meeting is over. Did anyone else want to have anything they wanted to talk about before we move on to the next topic? You all are welcome to chime in as well, and Frank motions towards your group.
I think it's clear these bugs are also tunneling under the. That's what happened to he who blows in the wind.
Tunneling under the what?
He who blows in the wind.
So, under the trees?
Da.
Yes. You will speak up alongside you as soon as you say that, Kuzma. Yeah, we know that they're tunneling under the mountains to get in here. We believe that they have continued to tunnel beyond that. it's something that's going to be hard for us to keep an eye out on. It seems like they don't have very many eggs under there, as there's not as much life, but it is something...
So it's settled, we must destroy.
Has anyone found out what's been laying these eggs? Because that's probably bigger than the defenders.
Ebony will pipe up and be like, well, like I said, when Requiem and I were beyond the mountains, the defenders, those big armored things, were seemingly carrying the eggs. So whatever is laying them north of the wall, and they're being taken to south of the wall. But we did not get an eye on them. But we will continue to try to after this meeting, where we have another trip planned above the wall. Or above the mountains. Hex is gonna speak up real quick. Much like Melora, Tharizdun is all for slaying these things. Didn't tell me why, just said they need to go. So they have to die. And he steps back. Right. Well, we'll quickly move... Sorry, go ahead. Yosmorn.
May I ask, has he considered a sort of a good cop, bad cop, entrance to it?
If you ignore it, it will go away. Don't give him attention.
So, we'll move to the next topic of conversation.
I throw him a piece of chalk.
Oh, Aurelius.
2 pieces of chalk.
Oh, Aurelius, I get half that.
You beat me to it. I was just about to say, Aurelius is going to go, I demand a third of that. I believe the other topic of conversation are the missing siblings from this meeting. So far, nobody has heard from Prism, Alloy, or Archon. We just wanted to confirm, obviously, God knowledge is God knowledge, but if you have information on them or where they might be, we would love to know.
I haven't seen them yet.
I caught wind 2 days prior that Archon was spotted in the Septus Court. Not willfully there. I don't imagine a brain like that would be held there very long, but that's where he was last spotted, was in the actual building of the Septus Court. And Hex will step back.
Are you saying that we need to go get him? And because if it's war they want,
they're an army of wizards. I'm just giving the information that I have at hand. Oh, and and Veritus isn't here either, but obviously everyone knows that he's just to the south doing business. I just didn't want to leave him out. I'm not saying we need to go to war with an entire country of wizards, but maybe some effort from one of us could be taken to go get him out.
See, this is your time to shine, Lilith. This is your time to be a good big sister and go get your little brother out. See, Hex, thank you. See, this is your opportunity.
Wait, you don't think I can do it, Outcast?
I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying you probably won't. You don't love us, and that's been the problem since day one.
It's not that I don't love you. It's just that you all don't understand me, and I don't love you.
I know. I know you don't love me. Do you love the rest?
You know what? What do I get if I do break him out? What's in it for me?
The feeling of not being a bitch. I don't know how to express this.
That's pretty fair, Outcast, I think that's all she would have in it.
Hey, pipe down, drow.
Hey, you listen here. You could fuck right off.
Is this going to be the fight that I was hoping for? Because, I know...
If you want a dead friend, sure, Outcast. Since you care so much, you can watch your friend die.
You're saying I haven't watched friends die?
I'm
You've
saying
seen spiders
this
die.
friend die.
Do you have friends besides spiders? I don't know.
I don't think she does, Outcast.
I don't think so either. I've never heard you say a friend's name besides like a spider's name. I think you knew some of the spiders' names, but like the rest of us just looked at you weird.
And would that change if I didn't name the spiders? No, you'd still look at me weird.
Do you remember some of the spiders' names? I think there was like Leggy and then like Eyeball. There was a lot of weird names.
Longleggy and Alfred and James and Hitchcock. Sorry, I'll stop. Look, if I'm gonna break him out, I want some assurances. What do I get if I what do I get if I do break him out? There's no benefit to me. I have to reach my neck out, possibly die. I could probably do it. I could probably get him out within a month. But if I die, then what?
I won't dance on your grave.
We need real ideas, Alcahest. I understand you two don't like each other. She's basically volunteering. We just need some sort of incentive to get Archon out.
Do we want to go in that direction? Do we want to, investigate, to sit there and, track their movements and whatnot? Do you want to go? Do we all want to go over there? Is that what we're all doing?
Most of us seem to have at least some calling elsewhere that we're not able to go into. I know Lilith is currently free. You is dealing with some things under the mountains coming up. That's all she was able to tell us. Ebony and Requiem are heading north of the mountains. Oh yeah, I'm free. Ma'ad is free. I know Serenity has another continent to visit soon. Though I won't ask which one you're heading towards. And I am currently free. Lilith, I can't guarantee you anything. But
What about Hex?
don't worry about me. Sorry, I forgot he was even here. Hex, do you have anything going? Yes. Okay. Lilith, what if I get Alcast to guarantee not to try to push your button? And the counter argument is you can't push his buttons the next time you two see each other. For 1 year, you can't talk shit to one another unless the other one starts it. You have to give up a possession worth more than 1,000 gold if you do. Not to the other person, to the collective. Not the collective, that's y'all's group.
Yes, we agree to these terms.
It's all profit, boys. It's all profit.
I'm gonna run up and fucking shove my face in her titties now.
You have to give it. You have to give it to the gods. No shit talking for a year. If Lilith, myself, and Ma'ad are successfully able to free Archon. Yeah, I agree. Outcast.
So you're saying neither one of us can talk shit to the other?
Unless the other one talks shit first. And then it's fair game and they lose an item worth more than 1,000 gold.
So you're saying just don't talk to Lilith for a year?
If that's what it takes.
I feel like that's what it's going to take.
You hear Ruby laugh, though her face doesn't change at all.
That sounds fair.
Okay. The three of us will go first thing in the morning. That's all that is on our agenda besides, if anyone hears anything about Alloy and Prism, please tell us. We haven't heard from them. Obviously, we're going to reach out towards Veritus, but as far as we know, he hasn't either. Does anyone else have anything to add? No, but I'm starving, and I don't even eat.
Hey, Mendicus, he's got some pretty cool chains. They almost look like yours. No?
Go fuck yourself, Aiden.
If Aiden, don't try to uncover anything. He's going to yell at you.
You don't like him, Mendicus?
Hey man, how do you feel about toes? You a toe guy?
Oh, yeah.
Like sucking on toes?
No, I just like cutting them off, handling them, throwing them back at people. I like sometimes taking the whole foot and taking one foot off, one toe off at a time, and then sometimes I like taking two off at a time, but never two beside each other.
You know, tell me about these stories, man. Let's go eat somewhere.
Okay, yeah, let's go find food. And you two head off immediately, not waiting on anyone else. Obviously, other people can go before that, or along with that, but they do head out of this chamber. If anyone else would like to do anything, you're welcome to. Otherwise, you all are welcome to head out and back into the fields.
Hex, I just want to say one thing.
Are you waiting for anyone else to leave, or are you just walking over and saying it?
I'm just walking up and saying it.
What's that?
If you have messages from me, for the love of your god and mine, do not put them through Mendicus.
No, I made it really obvious. I literally put it in a note with your name on it.
There's no way in hell. No, he's too secretive. Okay, I swear, like I just give up. Like I won't care. Like I still don't care about the note you gave because like fuck.
The one that was left for you in your old room.
Like you chose the least cooperative warlock I have met in thousands of years. To this day, like
Oh shit!
Jesus.
Well, here, let me get that for you. And he like takes a chain off of his head and like crushes it in his hand and hands it to you, and it's a piece of paper, and it's just the portion of the note that applies to you.
I don't even know if I'm allowed to have this. I swear.
That has nothing to do with Mendicus. Love that dude. Just has to do with you.
If he finds out I have this, I won't hear the end of it.
Well, then read it and throw it in the fire on your way out.
I'm going to regret this.
Hey, Kuzma, I saw you walk up to you.
I'm gonna try to whisper to her a little bit. Speaking on my breath a little bit. Requiem was on your side of war?
Yes, she is considered one of the Anakai.
How you feel about her?
I mean, we may have differing beliefs, just like Alcahest and I have differing beliefs, but she represents the good side of the Pantheon.
She keeps trying to take Pavel away from me.
Oh. I understand the misconception there. Life is unfortunately short, especially for those who put their life on the line. Now, Melora, she is the goddess of life. She's the goddess of survival. And those she deems worthy continues to fight on. Now, it is the Raven Queen, and by proxy, Requiem's domain to help those who have died over to the other side. Eventually, sadly, when her great druid Kuzma passes away, hopefully long in the future, you will be guided by Requiem to the other side, to that peaceful place in Elysium. And it's unfortunate. It's one of the things that mortals have to deal with. Now, like Outcast and myself and many of the other siblings we've all been to Elysium. It will be nothing new for us going there. But for those on their first time, it can be difficult. So the few times that Pavel has died, she is simply just trying to help.
I think we understand each other. I do understand the importance of death, but just not for Pavel. I keep away from Requiem. I think we understand each other. Thank you.
She's gonna step up and away with you real quick, just away from Hex a little bit. There are people like Hex, and this is one of the things that have separated us. And she like notions over towards Ruby, who is just starting to talk to Pavel. People like Ruby, who represent deities who take people beyond the grave. So, Hex, each of those chains around his body represents a soul that he owns, a soul that will never know Elysium. When people die in service to him, they're just a soul around his neck. They're just a chain attached to him. They're the enemy. If Requiem wanted to keep Pavel from you, if the Raven Queen truly wanted to keep Pavel from you when he died, you'd never see that bugbear again. It's unfortunate, but she recognizes that Melora has a purpose for him, so she lets him come back with you.
Do you think she is allowing it?
Have you had a small army of Raven Queen followers come after Pavel?
Yes, and ravens too. I just,
I mean,
keep them away.
Raven Queen people trying to kill him.
Oh, it's a black smoky figure, but I didn't yet think it's Raven Queen.
If the Raven Queen wanted him back, she would be sending her reapers towards him. But if she's okay with him living for a better purpose that Melora wants, then she allows it. Just keep that in mind. I don't necessarily like everything that Requiem and the Raven Queen represent, but they do represent a very important part of our process.
I keep in mind. Thank you, you.
No problem, Kuzma. I like your staff.
Oh yes, it's very glowy now. Do you like it?
It also has many more flowers on it, it seems. It does look good with you.
Thank you.
So while that conversation was going on, Pavel, Ruby, the Warforged, walks up to you and just goes, "What are you doing tonight?
Depends.
Do you want to bang?"
I mean, which kind of walls do we have? Because some make good sounds and some make not so good sounds.
She is going to make a persuasion check to fuck you.
Hey, Nick.
Yeah.
This is a little outside the game too. I don't know.
Yeah, let it be on record that Dustin tried to fuck Nick instead of the other way around.
Elf.
That's a 28.
Oof.
I mean, I can't really say no to that.
Get
You
your dick
can't.
sucked
Hey,
tonight, buddy boy.
no, you can absolutely say no. This is consensual or not. But yeah, you all make your way out. Obviously, Ma'ad and Mendicus are long gone at the Chow Hall. But yeah, you guys eventually make your way to the Chow Hall. There's plenty of foods. There's plenty of kids and people training, sweaty people, people recently getting all washed up, people coming fresh off the fields. And if no one wants to do anything in particular, we'll gather for story time. But I'll leave that up to you guys if there's anything else you wanted to accomplish before story time.
I'm good with story time.
This is another one of them weird dragon telling story times.
Who are you asking that to?
I asked one of these kids.
No, they're supposed to tell the foresight and murder story time.
What?
Story.
What?
What?
Is that like good cop, bad cop?
Is that like the game where you chase down and pretend to be cops and robbers?
Now you tell us what this story's about. I got you back, man. I know what we're doing.
Hey,
Shut
don't
up,
cry.
bitch.
Kid, don't cry. Just give us a little more details, you know?
It's about the abbots and how they murdered a god once. The first time.
Oh, this is fun. I want to listen to this story.
Yeah,
Is this celebrated, or is this just like a warning?
it's just information. We're
It's
supposed
one
to know
of the
history.
greatest things that could ever happen, Outcast.
I mean, depends what you got, but sure.
I don't think it does.
I mean, like, if you kill a baby before it starts wars, I guess that's a good thing for some.
So, as you all gather, some bread and dippable butter is passed around so people can kind of dip butter in their bread as the story is told. It is evening time. The crowd has settled in. This is the most crowded of the monasteries you've seen so far. There are dwarves, there are Aarakocra, there are high elves and half-elves and halflings and gnomes and humans. There are even a handful of Tritons. There are a couple Goliaths. There's every race you can imagine here, except for Dragonborn. Aurelius, while waiting for story time, is talked to by a bunch of the kids. They try to befriend him. If you want to stop that, you're welcome to.
Man, that would be a great time for the bugs to just burrow from underground and kill everybody.
Why?
I'm just saying, if I were the bugs, this would be the time to do it.
But yeah. So you all gather for story time. So, Chackie Jan stands before everyone, and his voice calls out in a very normalized fashion, like this is clearly a regular thing that occurs. And he says, "This is the tale, no foresight in murder. This tale takes place so long ago that there are only a handful of older written records. In fact, there are only 2 accounts having to do with this story that we know of. One, stored in the titanium chambers in Conyera, and the other closely guarded by the society formed within this tale. So we begin, before the first epoch, in a land vastly different than the one we have before us today. A land not separated by culture or religious divides. A land not segregated by race or class. This used to be a land that the only thing keeping villages separated from one another were the monsters that conquered the land between them. And so, following no rhyme or reason, a miracle occurred. A baby was born, Aladrin Giadal, a son born of Karina and Stodin Giadal, 2 simple farmers attempting to live their best lives. No one knew exactly how special this boy was until much later. Aladrin lived a life of a normal child. He had chores, played with other children, and was even occasionally a menace around the town, though never anything that brought harm or discomfort. Aladrin always seemed to have this moral compass that always pointed north. At an extremely young age, he was able to get his peers to follow him, and by the age of 10, he had followers as old as 15 and 16. He broke up fights and always acted honorably. It was around this time his life began to change. By the time he reached adolescence, he was convincing adults in the village of their rights and wrongs, convincing professional drinkers and sleuths to turn from their ways and lead a more meaningful and fulfilling life. His eyes also changed from the deepest of browns to the most piercing royal blue, eyes that seemed to be able to gaze through you, not through you, but even 10 feet beyond you. He became more stoic, and though he lived a farmer's life, he picked up training in the local militia and quickly surpassed the skills of the leaders. Some even say he trained blindfolded against multiple opponents, though that was just hearsay. It is in these years Aladrin began having dreams. Dreams of a former life, a current life, an all-encompassing life. Aladrin had dreams of flying, dreams of gods, some of which people he knew worshipped. Not only did he see them, he knew them. All of them, by name and sight. He was familiar with them, and friendly, and looked up to by most of them. Over the years, Aladrin pieced together that he was no ordinary mortal. He was, in fact, the god, the Platinum Dragon, Lord of the North Wind, the Draco Paladin, the grandfather of dragons himself, Bahamut. Once he knew this, he took his knowledge, his moral compass, and his powers to other villages. He slew monstrosities that lay in his way. He quelled angry, powerful, hungry dragons that brought with him peace. But as you might imagine, hearing that a god is amongst you will always strike fear in the hearts of mankind, and so another chapter begins. In one of the first villages Aladrin visited was a simple farmer named Harold. Aladrin slew a flying monstrosity, and it landed on Harold's wheat crop. Aladrin did not feel remorse for the destroyed crops, for it was for the greater good. How many lives did he save? Even one life saved would be worth flattening triticum plants. Harold hated Aladrin, and therefore Bahamut, and for this sought revenge. Every town Aladrin went to and visited, Harold would be a day or two behind to bring awareness of the dangers of a god on the mortal plane, waving his adamantine sickle. With this, he eventually earned the nickname Harold Greensickle. The destruction left in Bahamut's or Aladrin's wake did some good, but also brought pain and suffering to others with no repentance. In every town he gathered a few followers, and in every town Harold gathered a few followers. They looked to the future, and they were brothers in this battle to take down the god that walked among them. And so their name was formed, the Abbots of Foresight. After years of traveling around, Aladrin got word that his parents had passed away, and so he returned to make sure they had a proper funeral. The day after the funeral, the abbots locked the doors to Aladrin's home, with Aladrin still inside, and lit the house on fire. Many stories crept up that those who watched the house burn could see Aladrin standing calmly in the window, looking out with nothing more than a quizzical look upon his face. Some closer even claimed they heard him call out, El sensup u sal kosul u sliernach ol sek shiepsep. And when the fire died down, there were only ashes remaining. The abbots never gave up the hunt for other gods being born into the world. They knew if there would be one, there would be more. And they were correct. Harold Greensickle passed away after successfully hunting and killing 4 gods. He passed down his scythe to the next in command. The new wielder of the scythe was given the title Heralder of the Green Sickle. And so his story comes to an end. No applause is given. Some people are a little bit emotional. Some people have this inquisitive, nodding look upon their face. The kids kind of like start talking to each other immediately and then run off to go play tag in the dark. And that is the end of the story of No Foresight in Murder. Now, does anyone here speak Celestial?
Mm-hmm.
So that whole Elsen soup, all that stuff, it directly translates to, I bring righteousness, and this is how you treat me. Mankind is ill-fated. Those being Eladrin Giadal's last words, as he willingly became a martyr in the house. And that's where we'll call the session.
That was a great story.
Thank you.
Enjoyed it.
Yeah, we'll call it there. With you all picking up next session the next day to begin, I assume Vaden and anyone else that wants to training. That's where we're going to wrap up the session tonight. Be sure to check us out on YouTube and Spotify. Search All Natural Roll. Drop a comment, leave a like. Tell us what you do and don't like. And we will see you for the next episode.